and I'm super excited to announce my gift to you on my birthday for the world is that we're launching the Farm Like a Hero experience.
Here's why you should follow Richard Perkins. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. So who is this farming genius? The About section of his website starts off, "Hi, I'm Richard, a farmer, educator, and regenerative agriculture expert dedicated to helping you make a good living and live the good life whilst being a benefit to the whole." The About section in his YouTube channel also reads, "Richard Perkins runs Europe's leading regenerative agriculture farm and training center, which is also one of the most northernmost examples, 59 north in Sweden, proving that if we can do this up here, you can surely do this anywhere." We are excited about facilitating the next generation of entrepreneurial young farmers. Our foremost responsibility is regenerating our landscape, ecosystem processes, and soils through resilient, replicable, scalable, and profitable farm enterprises. Our secondary function is to educate and empower people into action through regenerative design, enterprise, and holistic decision-making that stimulates local community and economy whilst building soil. Subscribe to learn about the decisions and economics of farm-scale permaculture design, regenerative agriculture, keyline design, agroforestry, no-dig market gardening, pasteurized livestock enterprises, on-farm slaughter facilities, and holistic management. Richard is the co-owner director of Ridgedale Farm, and his YouTube channel has some very insightful and interesting videos. With diligent planning, innovative approaches, and a lot of hard work, they are making city wages in the middle of nowhere, in one of the world's most regulated countries in a very short growing season and on a shoestring budget. Not only are they restoring soils and habitats and producing the highest possible quality food for their local community, they get to enjoy a great lifestyle themselves. YouTube statistics. The banner of his YouTube channel features Richard sitting in a boat fishing, dressed in a blue suit. With him in the boat is a chicken and a dog. Definitely eye-catching. Richard Perkins is constantly posting new videos on his channel. The topics are varied, but they are all interesting and teach us something of value. You can check out his YouTube channel at youtube.com/user/Mr. Integral Permanence. Richard joined YouTube on September 5th, 2009. His first video was posted 8 years ago. The channel has 118,000 subscribers. His most popular video, titled Weed-Free Market Gardening, Our No-Dig Approach, has been watched 870,000 times already. His channel has a combined viewing of over 10 million views since it was established. His websites and what they offer. Richard has or is part of 6 websites. These are generally meant to teach people online and to share his life. RichardPerkins.co is where you can learn more about the man. From here, you can also learn about Ridgedale Farm, his book, online courses, and his public speaking details. RichardPerkins.co/blog is where Richard blogs. He blogs in episodes, and the latest episode is entitled An Epic Week's Work. RidgedalePermaculture.com is the site fully dedicated to Ridgedale Farm. This site also markets Richard's book again. Regenerative Agriculture Online Course.com is where you can sign up for regenerative agriculture online courses. RegenerativeAgricultureBook.com is dedicated to his book. The postscript featured on the landing page reads, "A must on every inspiring integrity farmer's bookshelf," quoted as originating from Joel Salatan from Polyface Farms. FarmLikeAHero.com is a site dedicated to interviews Richard has had with more than 60 of Europe's best or up-and-coming farmers. Every website offers value towards gaining knowledge and starting or supporting regenerative farming. Ridgedale Farm. On the site dedicated Ridgedale, as described as Ridgedale Farm AB, is a high-quality local food producer and pioneering educational site. We are excited about facilitating the next generation of entrepreneurial young farmers getting set up profitably on the land through powerful and focused learning experiences. Here at 59 North in Sweden, we demonstrate and teach farm-scale permaculture design, regenerative agriculture, keyline design, agroforestry, pasture-based livestock enterprises, managing holistically, no-dig market gardening, as well as operating our own on-farm poultry processing facility. Our foremost responsibility is regenerating our landscape, ecosystem processes, and soils through resilient, replicable, scalable, and profitable farm enterprises. Our secondary function is to educate, facilitate, inform, and empower people into action through regenerative design, enterprise, and holistic decision-making that fosters and stimulates local community, economy, and resilience. Ridgedale Farm went from a piece of barren land to the lush farm it is today. The location of the farm is located at 59 degrees north near Västra Ämtervik in Sweden. Most of their farming happens in cold temperatures, even in summer. Richard says if they can run a farm there, it means that the same methods can be applied anywhere. He proves this to be true as well. Reviews. Richard's website content and videos get many views and reviews. We thought it good to share some of these reviews so that you can better understand the man. Connor McClawley, IE, says, Richard's Farm Like a Hero series is by far the best regenerative farming resource I've come across and should be considered a critical and culturally relevant resource, both for the established and aspiring regenerative farmer. The series as a whole leaves one with an incredibly optimistic outlook for the future and a feeling that a massive shift to regenerative smallholding is brewing. Bang for buck, the series is incredible value for money given the sheer number of episodes, all brimming with diverse insights from inspirational farmers, their backgrounds, cultures, struggles, and ultimately the consistent joy that pervades each and every hero interview. Richard should be very proud of this series. I really hope to see more in the future. Alan Savory says, I cannot recommend this book highly enough. Here in one place is a practical guide to any farmer, new or seasoned, seeking to farm regeneratively. And it's not just about the soils and plants, but the quality of life and the financial health of the people seeking to regenerate them. Perkins, rather than prescribing practices, shares his journey in figuring out which ones work best for him. And the power of this book is that it will help you figure out what works best for you. The book. Perkins' book, Regenerative Agriculture, has been shipped to 90 countries on 6 continents. It has generated over 380,000 euros or $452,000. This book contains over 750 pages with hundreds of photographs and illustrations. It has over 237 reviews on Amazon with an average rating of 4.5 stars out of 5. The reviews are mostly positive, and we could actually find no negative reviews. The book is available on Kindle for $20.76 and in paperback for $20.99. You can find it easily on Amazon.com. The videos. We watched his latest video titled An Epic Week's Work and found it both entertaining and educational. Richard speaks with a clear English that even people from England would struggle to match. In the video, they are working on building a wooden deck. Nearby, there is still snow on the ground. He goes on to talk about how they followed comments of fans to reinforce the deck, and then talks about the Rhino vehicle they use to do a lot of the moving and pulling on the farm. He talks about mistakes they make by driving with the handbrake on, or on pressing the diff lock while moving. He points out that the diff lock quote mistake cost them 1,500 euros, and that it happens regularly. Perkins goes on to explain that they bought the Rhino almost brand new for 5,000 euros, and that the parts alone cost 100,000 euros. He explains that is how the manufacturers of the Rhino make their money. This gives a slight insight into how Perkins' mind works. He is also a practical businessman. At one point, he talks about all the timber they must still get to the point where the decks are being built. And he talks about the Bluetooth speakers they use for dances and for delivering training with social distancing in effect. The video then speeds up and then shows them completing the build of the first completely round deck. He then talks about the deck, gets onto it to test how solid it is, and switches to a drone shot of the deck from up high. Perkins then goes on to show them working on the deck. He also turns the camera on himself and shows him using the Rhino to pull the trailer with timber to the next build area. He then shows his first injury of the day, where he got a drill bit into his finger, but assures us it is all good. The rest of the video goes on to explain how they are building the decks and gives an idea or two on how to ensure a sturdy build. His videos have all these types of themes. He is pleasant to listen to, and every time you watch, you learn something new. And he is not boring at all. The videos can benefit us all, not just farmers, because we can all apply certain DIY techniques in our everyday lives. Many of us have gardens, and we eat the food that these types of farms produce. Why follow Richard Perkins? Richard Perkins is an interesting and knowledgeable person with a delightful personality. By following him, you will be entertained and learn something in the process. You'll also pick up cool and practical business practices. In these videos, we also meet his family and friends and learn something about Sweden, one of the more progressive countries in the world. Richard Perkins comes across as a fantastic personality. He draws you in with what he does and manages to get you excited. It is rare to find people that convey the kind of excitement he manages to convey. We highly recommend his channel and think that you will only benefit from it. Who knows? Maybe you'll get into small-scale farming yourself, even if it is only a small greenhouse in your garden. That is the end of the video for today. If you enjoyed the video, then please come back to our next offering. Have a good one!